Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Sancho's Manchester United debut against Leeds is in doubt after Solskjaer's update. Solskjaer says Jadon Sancho is feeling a little sick and has only been able to complete one full training session as a Manchester United player. And Solskjaer said he had an holiday after the European Championships. Jadon Sancho was expected to make his debut against Leeds tomorrow. Jadon Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. We got Sancho in a deal worth £78 million. We paid 73 million up front, and obviously there's 5 million in add-ons. Sancho signed a 5-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. I think Sancho will do very, very well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. Now, you know the news on Raphael Varane. Man United will announce the signing of Raphael Varane very soon. The Raphael Varane announcement has been delayed due to image rights. You know, Varane should have been announced yesterday. In fact, he should have been announced the day before. Varane is very likely to take Amad Diallo's number 19 shirt. Man United are ready to loan Amad Diallo out. Raphael Varane was training with his teammates yesterday. Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Varane has signed his contract with Man United. He said he's a United player and the announcement is down to Manchester United. Yeah, Varane has completed his medical. Obviously, he had been quarantining in Manchester. We got Varane in a deal worth £43 million. We paid 34 million up front, and the rest is in add-ons. Varane has signed a contract with the club until 2025. There's an option of a further year. He's our third signing of this summer transfer window. The other week, Varane posted a farewell message to Real Madrid. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a very good pedigree as a player, because he won a lot of trophies during his time at Real Madrid. In the Premier League he will exceed expectations, and at Man United I'm convinced he'll replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid. What a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. We went in for Varane back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We also went in for him back in 2018 because Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. But yeah, Varane enjoyed 10 years at Real Madrid. He was a long-serving player. He made 360 appearances in all competitions. His current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. I'm very sceptical that Varane will be making his debut against Leeds tomorrow, because he isn't even official yet. Now, Sky Sports recently said that Solskjaer confirmed that he wants to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder in, and there has been quite a few midfielders on our agenda. Now, yesterday I gave you the news on Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes. Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Camavinga has two options this summer, including Manchester United, as his contract showdown with Rennes continues. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. Romano came out a few weeks ago and said that Man United had direct contact with Eduardo Camavinga. He said, "We love him and we're interested in him." Now, Man United believe that Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain after holding discussions with his representatives. Mohamed Bouatsfi did say that Camavinga's agent is pushing him towards Man United, but the player's preference is PSG or a move to Spain. Eduardo Camavinga will leave Rennes this summer. The coach has confirmed that, and so too has the Rennes sporting director. Rennes are prepared to sell Camavinga for around 25.7 million. He's made 82 appearances for Rennes in all competitions. It did recently say that Man United abandoned 4 signings. That's Camavinga, Saul Niguez, Ruben Neves and Kieran Trippier. Yes, Man United were interested in Saul Niguez. We had contact with the agents of Saul Niguez. The other week it said that the agents of Saul Niguez were due in England for talks with Manchester United and Liverpool, because Man United and Liverpool were the ones that were battling it out for him. Atletico Madrid said they wanted between 35 million to 40 million pound for Niguez. The AS came out and said that Niguez favours a move to Barcelona. We actually identified Niguez as a potential replacement for Pogba. Niguez has a gentleman's agreement in place with Atletico Madrid, which will allow him to leave. Saul Niguez has a £128 million release clause. Atletico Madrid are aware they're going to get nowhere near his release clause. He's got a contract until 2026, because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year contract. He's been at Atletico Madrid for a good 13 years or so now, so he's been a long-serving player, reason up their academy. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He's made over 200 in La Liga. He can be deployed as a central midfielder or a holding midfielder. Ruben Neves, he's out of the equation, because a few weeks ago Ruben Neves hinted that he'd made a decision on his future. He called any talks of a transfer away, and he seems very happy at Wolves, and he revealed his excitement of working alongside new Wolves coach Bruno Lage. But just before that he said Wolves are ready to sell Ruben Neves, and they will accept £35 million. It said Man United were leading Arsenal in the race for Neves. Ruben Neves has been an absolute revelation for Wolves. You know, he's still young, got a lot of development in him. And he's proven in the Premier League as well. So these are the reasons I'd take him at Man United if we got the opportunity to get him. He's got a contract with Wolves till 2024. Wolves paid 15.8 million for him from Porto back in 2017. He's an imperative player to Wolves though. From a Wolves perspective, they shouldn't really want to sell him because they lost Diego Jota last year to Liverpool and they've really struggled without him, plus they lost Matt Doherty. We've also been interested in Leon Goretzka, haven't we, as well? A few weeks ago, Sport Bild came out and said that Man United submitted a contract offer to sign Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich on a free transfer in the summer of 2022, which is obviously next summer. There was narratives coming out regarding commenting Tolisso recently, saying that Man United and Arsenal are ready to battle for Tolisso. Bild said that Bayern Munich are willing to sell him for 8.5 million, which is a bargain. But Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window. Because Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in. And it's just good to see that he's getting the backing he deserves. Our owners, the Glazers, are backing Solskjaer, surprisingly. The reason the Glazers are backing him though, because they've been persuaded to. Because obviously towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford. Because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. Towards the end of last season, Solskjaer revealed that the Glazers apologised. He said at one point the Glazers could be forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. On the 4th of June, which was earlier on this year, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum. His first attendance in 15 or 16 years, and he promised Man United supporters that Solskjaer would get the funds that are available. But they have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because the Glazers have obviously put Man United in so much debt. You know, they've been at the club for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Ed Woodward, you know, he said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer. And when we was enjoying them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. Woodward recently sent a transfer warning to Solskjaer, saying that he's got to sell some players to get more signings on the board. Woodward's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because obviously he was accountable for how poor our recruitment was for so long. We've overpaid for players in recent years. Woodward should have never been put in that position in the first place when he was making the footballing decisions. Woodward's leaving Man United. He's had a 16-year association with the club. John Murtough, you know, he's played a part in Solskjaer getting the signings he wanted in. You know, John Murtough is our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of footballing, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. And obviously Darren Fletcher, he's part of the club as well. Man United have made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we also brought Raphael Varane in. And we've spent almost 120 million so far in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did recently say that any more signings for Man United would be a bonus as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. The new season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. A lot of United fans reckon that the expectations are too high for Solskjaer. Solskjaer certainly has to win a trophy this season because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. But Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago. Solskjaer recently talked up Man United's title hopes. He knows the pressure is on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but the title race is open. It'd be a remarkable achievement if Man United won the title this season. Then my perception would change on Ole. Can we win the Premier League this season? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I certainly think the signings of Varane and Sancho turn Man United into title contenders. Maybe we need another 1 or 2 signings to make me think we'll win the league. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. He's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. I am expecting to see quite a few departures in this summer transfer window, like I've gone through with you. There's a very good chance we're going to loan Brandon Williams out. Phil Jones, I think we definitely need to offload him. I heard that he was linked to Newcastle. Jones hasn't played for Man United since January because he's been out with injury. Jones doesn't get in our 11 anyway, and he's always been inconsistent. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. To be honest with you, I'd like us to offload Victor Lindelof, but we're not going to do that in this summer transfer window. We could offload Lindelof in January or next summer. I've got my strong reservations about Lindelof. Delors, I think he needs to leave in this summer transfer window. I heard now he's could be leaving and could be going to Milan. Not so long ago though, it said that it's very likely Delors going to be staying. He said a U-turn occurred. Delors was impressive though throughout pre-season, to his credit. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Andres Pereira, I also want us to offload him. He was impressive throughout pre-season. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. I said I want us to offload Lingard, but I don't think we're going to because Solskjaer recently confirmed that Lingard is staying. Matic is another player I'd like to see go, but he's not going to, so he's going to stay with us for this season. Could offload Matic in January or next summer. The news on Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a 3 next summer when his contract expires. He said Pogba is set to join PSG on a 3 at the end of the season. But Pogba's very likely to stay at Man United for this season as PSG recently got Lionel Messi. Solskjaer did recently reveal that he had positive discussions with Pogba over his future. He said Pogba was in no hurry to sort out his future, And the Telegraph said the other week that Pogba will start the season with Man United, then he'll make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. Sky Sports did say not so long ago that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. He did mention that Man United had to pay Pogba 15 million in wages to sell up this summer. The other week though, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United. Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Solskjaer came out and said that Man United remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Mino Raiola has been working hard to get Pogba out of the club. He did a lot of talking last season. We're very critical of Mino Raiola because, Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United. Pogba is an imperative player though. This season's massive for him. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Pogba's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him, and he's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. And Martial, I also want Manchester United to offload him, but the Telegraph recently said that Man United have no intentions of selling Anthony Martial as he's part of Solskjaer's plans for this season. Now, the Sun recently said that Man United are ready to sell Martial for £50 million. Obviously, Inter Milan want him to replace Romelu Lukaku because Lukaku has gone back to Chelsea. He did mention that would be happy to loan Anthony Martial out as long as Inter Milan agreed to include an obligation to buy in the deal. It also said Everton are interested in him. But yeah, in regards to Solskjaer, I hope he succeeds as Manchester United manager, because at the end of the day we all adore him. He is a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. But I just don't think Ole is a long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. Solskjaer's been in charge of Man United now for almost 3 years. I think we definitely made a mistake giving him that new 3-year contract a few weeks ago, because Solskjaer won't see out this new contract. Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. I reckon Solskjaer is our best manager though since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. There is positives regarding Ole though. I think he has made good signings as Man United manager. Solskjaer has spent just over £400 million so far as Man United manager, and he's brought 13 players in. He's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. In Solskjaer's first full season, he got us to 3 semi-finals, got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, did well in quite a lot of aspects, got us to the Europa League final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. He got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, EFL Cup semi-final, and got us a 2nd place finish last season. And last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. and I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. They are the positives regarding Ole. Solskjaer knew though when he taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job. You know, he's managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. And he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. In a way, Solskjaer's still lucky to be Man United manager because we've endured very bad periods under him where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. And obviously after the loss to Villarreal in the Europa League final last season, there were more United fans demanding him out. As you all know, we won 2 games throughout pre-season. We're beating Everton last week 4-0. It was a very good team performance by Man United. And we beat Derby, which was our first pre-season friendly game. We're beating them 2-1. We also drew 1, that was with Brentford, and we lost 1, that was QPR, 4-2. But I said I wasn't bothered about pre-season. Pre-season is just about building fitness levels up, preparing for the new season. It's good for the youngsters this pre-season because, you know, they get opportunities and they gain more experience. On my next video, I'm going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Leeds tomorrow. I presume Solskjaer will be doing a press conference as well. So anyway guys, that's everything to update for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.